Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Belgian Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Max won a very boring race. We go on to the summer break. I will be bringing out a lot of videos during the summer break, but let's jump into it. All 20 drivers covered. Let's go. Oh yeah, we need this, don't we? Max 10. Perfect weekend, really. Once again, no surprises. He got pole position, dropped 5 places because he had to change components, won the sprint race, won the main race. He had a moment up at Rouge, but maybe he was just showing off. Yeah, just easy. It's becoming normal now. 8 wins in a row, dominating the sport. Sergio Perez 5, and I think 5's quite generous. He qualified in P2. He had a horror sprint race as he had contact with Lewis, went through the gravel, retired, and then in the main race, he's just nowhere near good enough. I mean, he comes out the pits 2 seconds ahead. All of a sudden, he loses 2 seconds in one lap. Obviously, was told to move out the way, and then finishes 22 seconds behind. Yeah, not good enough. Charles Leclerc, 10. I give him 10. I thought he was brilliant this weekend. Really had the pace. He inherited pole position. He finished the main race in 3rd. That's the best he could do. And he was fast all weekend. Carlos Sainz, 3. Now, Carlos had a good weekend, but unfortunately, I've marked him down for the contact with Oscar Piastri. Yeah, he qualified 4th, retires after big damage, but yeah. Sainz, he almost hit the back of Lewis. He comes across to the right. Piastri's there. He's got nowhere to go. Sainz and Piastri collide. They both retire. So yeah, a big error by Carlos Sainz. And then he blames Piastri on Twitter, which, I don't know, it's behind closed doors. Should be a conversation between men. Fernando Alonso, 6. Yeah, a bit of an off weekend for Fernando, and he made a rare mistake in the sprint and retired. Yeah, got on the curb where it was wet, beached it in the gravel. But yeah, in the main race, again, Alonso, P5, probably overachieved. Lance Stroll, 5. Obviously, he had an off in the sprint qualifying. Finished 9th. Lots of fuel saving for Lance. Yeah. Lewis Hamilton, 8. A strong weekend by Lewis. Qualified 3rd. He got a penalty in the sprint race with contact with Perez, which I thought was utter bollocks. He got 2 penalty points as well. He schooled George all weekend, and he finished 4th in the race, and he got the fastest lap. Yeah. Pretty decent weekend. George Russell, 2. Now, my driver, absolutely awful the last 2 races. Nowhere near good enough. And I don't know what's going on with George. We will be doing a George-based video on his own. Again, he qualified 8th. It's just not performing. Yeah, was he 8th? Just get me notes out here. Georgie boy, Georgie, yeah, 8th. I thought for some reason he was 10th. Yeah, he finished 8th in the sprint, and then he's gone from 8th to 6th in the race. He needs the summer break and get his head in gear. He's been awful the last 2 races. Don't know what's going on with George. Needs to up his game. Lando Norris, 5. Now, Lando had a bit of an off weekend for Lando. Yeah, Piastri had his number this weekend. Yeah, Lando did a good race though. At the start of the race, he started on mediums. Then he pitted straight away, and it was looking terrible. He was running in last, and somehow he's got and finished 7th. So yeah, he's stuck in there. Good, fair play to him. Points were not looking on the cards. McLaren got the setup horribly wrong. Oscar Piastri, 8. He was absolutely sensational this weekend. But yeah, he had Norris in his pocket all weekend. He beat him by like zero point 0.4 in qualifying. But yeah, wow. He's so close to the sprint pole. And then, yeah, retired on lap 1. Carlos Sainz basically took him out. I thought Piastri was superb. Been really impressed with him. Oh, come on. On to Alfa Romeo. Pontage, Valtteri Bottas. Finished 12th in the race. Qualified 14th. Alfa Romeo. Wow, they were so good. And now, yeah, just the average standard 5. Nothing special. Guan Yu Zhou, 5. Yeah, finished 13th, just in standard 5 really, for Guan Yu Zhou. Jumping into Alpine, and God did they need some points. Esteban Ocon, 7. Yeah, 15th, hit the wall hard, but yeah, a very strong race by Esteban Ocon. Finished P8, put a lovely move on 1-1, brilliant move. Was very close to Norris at the end. Ocon delivered in the race. Gasly, 7. Again, he was fantastic in the sprint. Ended up finishing P3 in the sprint. He finished 11th in the main race as he did a one-stop strategy. That didn't really work. But Alpine needed a good weekend. Gasly, 3rd in the sprint. Ocon scored points in the main race. That's a much needed weekend. And Otmar Safnar out the door, isn't he? Alan Permain. Jumping into AlphaTauri.
Yuki Tsunoda, aka 1-1, scores 8. It's true that he didn't do great in the sprint race, but he placed 11th in qualifying and P10 in the main race. Despite being in the worst car, he managed to score a point, beating Ricciardo like we hoped he would after Hungary.
Daniel Ricciardo, 5. Yeah, qualifying was a bit of a disaster. P19, he got his lap time deleted for track limits at Eau Rouge. Had a very good sprint race, beat Yuki Tsunoda in the sprint. But yeah, in the race, not so good. Good mileage, he finished the race. Obviously, that's going to help him. But yeah, P16, not great. Haas F1, Kevin Magnussen, 5. I think that's the highest mark I gave him in about 7 races. Yeah, finished 15th, qualified 13th, got a 3-place grid penalty for blocking Leclerc. Finished 15th, was ahead of Hulkenberg most of the weekend. Nico Hulkenberg, 1. Now I feel a bit harsh giving him 1 because he had a lot of car issues. Qualifying he had a hydraulic issue. Then he had to start from the pit lane. Finished 18th. Bit of a mucky weekend. All round really. Bad pit stops for Hulkenberg. Car issues. Yeah, not great. Alex Albon, 5. Qualified 16th. And then in the race he did a 3-stop strategy. Really didn't work. He was fast at the end, overtaking everyone. But yeah, gotta say, I expected a lot more by Williams round Spa and didn't deliver really. Alex Albon finished 14th. Logan Sargent, 1. Qualified 18th. Finished 17th. I've got not much more to say about Logan, if I'm honest. I mean, yeah, he's out of his depth. Only on the grid because of his nationality. So there we have it, driver ratings for the Spa Grand Prix. We now have the summer break. We have a month off, but the videos will still be coming every single day to cover that month's gap. Thanks for the support. Adios. Comment down below your ratings. Wow. Yeah. Wow, this is going to be a long break. 1 month off. Wow.